Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
We begin tonight in Chemung County. Small business owners have suffered tremendously during 2020. Now some Chemung County restaurant owners will have a chance to make their voices heard. Big Fox News COVID-19 specialist Amanda Decker tells us how.
From mandated shutdowns to new and changing restrictions, restaurant owners around Chemung County have been forced to adjust time and time again during this pandemic just to try to find ways to keep operating. And now they're getting a chance to go face to face with Chemung County officials to share their thoughts and concerns about what they've faced over the last several months. Restaurant owners that operate within the orange and yellow zones in Chemung County are invited to take part in a Zoom meeting on Monday, December 14th from noon to 1:30. They're getting a chance to weigh in on the cluster zone designations, how they've been impacted by the restrictions, and what help the restaurant industry really needs right now. The Zoom conference is being hosted by the Chemung County Business Recovery Unit, and you must pre-register to get involved. If you can't take part in the meeting, though, you can still send an email to the Business Recovery Unit with any questions you may have for the panel. That email address, businessrecovery@chemungcountyny.gov. Now, many businesses in our area have been suffering for a long time. In late October, anyone operating in the yellow or orange cluster zones was forced to close temporarily again. This time around, that included gyms, barbershops, and salons, anything else deemed non-essential. But small business owners who were already hanging on by a thread say these restrictions just don't make sense. That's why they, along with several Chemung County officials, are now asking the state of New York to reconsider the rules and restrictions. Now, business recovery units from around the Chemung County area have joined forces to create a petition explaining why they don't agree with these restrictions and hoping that the state will reconsider those. They plan to send that petition to state officials after Monday's meeting. Reporting for Big Fox News, I'm COVID-19 specialist Amanda Decker.
As hospitalization rates continue to climb, Governor Cuomo announced that indoor dining will close in New York City starting Monday. Outdoor dining, takeout, and delivery do remain options. So far, no such changes for the rest of the state, but the governor said health officials are monitoring numbers. A decision on indoor dining in the rest of the state is expected sometime next week. As New York waits on its first doses of the COVID vaccine, health systems are working on how to properly store it. Matt Kleindinst is in Corning, explaining how the Pfizer vaccine must be stored before use.
Good evening. Most vaccines can easily be stored in regular household freezers like this one, but for the COVID vaccine that will not suffice, requiring much more colder temperatures. Unlike Moderna's vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine is required to be stored in freezers with ultra-low temperatures. Storage temperatures have to be around negative 70 degrees Celsius or negative 94 degrees Fahrenheit. Darlene Smith of the Steuben County Health Department says that healthcare facilities without that freezing capability will have to turn to an alternative method.
Dry ice would be needed to keep that at the proper sub-zero temperature.
Smith says that there are hospitals in Steuben County who have the necessary equipment to properly store the vaccine upon arrival. They will be prioritized with the first doses.
First shipment of the Pfizer vaccine will go to the hospitals in the area that do have the ultra low freezers.
And although they won't be sitting on the vaccine that long before distribution, Smith says healthcare systems need to prepare.
Even if they only have it, say, for 24 hours before they begin to distribute it, they're gonna need to make accommodations for it immediately.
Reporting from Corning, Matt Kleindinst, Big Fox WYDC.
Tonight, the Supreme Court has rejected a bid from Texas's Attorney General, supported by President Trump, to block the ballots of millions of voters in 4 battleground states that went in favor of President-elect Joe Biden. The court's move to dismiss the challenge essentially ends any chance of the president reversing the election results in court. That order said that Texas did not have standing to challenge how another state conducts its elections. Justices Alito and Thomas added a statement saying they felt they were obligated to hear the case, but did not support additional relief, and expressly offered no other views on the issues. A state lawmaker has a proposal that would require New Yorkers to get a COVID-19 vaccine if enough don't get one on their own. Linda Schmidt has that story.
We've all been waiting for a vaccine because that is part of the solution to moving our lives ahead.
And State Assembly member Linda Rosenthal of the Upper West Side has introduced a bill requiring most New Yorkers get a COVID-19 vaccine. She says if at least 70% of the population does not get the vaccine on their own, then it should be mandatory.
Then the State Department of Health would have the ability to say that more people have to get it. And they would set the rules and they would set the structure.
Labor and employment lawyer Helen Rella says your boss could force you to get a COVID-19 vaccine, just like they are currently allowed to do with the flu vaccine.
We anticipate that employers, because they set the terms and conditions of employment, will be permitted to mandate that their employees take the vaccine.
There will, however, be exemptions.
Under either the Americans with Disabilities Act, claiming that they have some medical condition that prevents them from taking the vaccination, or under Title VII, claiming that they have some seriously held religious belief.
She says private schools will be allowed to require the vaccine, and there is also the possibility that public schools might also be able to make it mandatory. Bottom line is, she says it's going to be difficult to function if you don't get the vaccine.
You may not be able to get on an airplane. You might not be able to travel into a foreign country without showing certification of vaccination. So it's going to become part of the normal course.
A major retailer wants to help make the COVID-19 vaccine readily available to Americans. More than 5,000 Walmart and Sam's Club pharmacies are being prepared to receive doses once it's deemed safe for the U.S. The stores are making sure they have freezers and dry ice to store the vaccine. We are now in the deadliest stretch of the coronavirus pandemic in America. A staggering 3,100 deaths were reported by Johns Hopkins University on Wednesday alone. The companies that have developed coronavirus vaccines stand to make record-breaking sales in the coming months. Wall Street analysts project Pfizer and Moderna will generate $32 billion in vaccine revenue next year alone. The companies will also likely profit from a boost in public goodwill for helping end the pandemic. That publicity will be especially valuable for Moderna, a relatively new biotech company that most people hadn't heard of before 2020. Morgan Stanley projects Pfizer will make $19 billion in coronavirus vaccine revenue in 2021. Acorn Markets will be converting into Quick Fill and Red Apple stores. That move comes after being acquired by United Refining Company. The 16 Acorn Market locations in Pennsylvania and New York will immediately rebrand. Meanwhile, Quick Fill will retain all of its retail staff and plans to add additional positions in the future. 12 million Americans will have lost their unemployment benefits by Christmas if Congress doesn't act quickly. Still, families across the country are doing what they can to survive for the holidays and beyond. Vanessa Yurkovich spoke with one family in Pennsylvania that's struggling amid the pandemic.
I would describe this as the last nice memory that I had.
Angela Kearney stands in front of her tree at home in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, reminiscing with her aunt and longing for last Christmas.
This was when I received the new job. I was going to be able to buy a home for my family.
The new job was as a paralegal after she put herself through school in her 40s while recovering from surgeries to fix a disability, racking up $63,000 in student loans. With a new salary of $55,000, she was finally able to provide for her children.
That is more money than I've ever seen in my life. I promised them we would get a house. I promised them that they would be normal children, and then the pandemic hit. And I can't keep those promises anymore. It looks like everybody's dancing.
Just 4 months after landing that job, Kearney was furloughed in March, and her weekly unemployment of $300 does little to cover the bills for her and her 3 children living at home.
I have to take the bills and throw them up and pick the ones and hope that they total the amount that I have.
Her unemployment is slated to run out in January, along with 12 million other Americans, and dozens of programs designed to protect them will too.
First, student loan, payments have been halted. So once that expires, that's a new bill that's going to hit people quickly. You have local eviction bans that will expire. And then, of course, the expansion of unemployment insurance. As that's going away, we're seeing more people not put back to work.
For years, Kearney and her family were on several government assistance programs, including disability and food stamps. Last year, she finally got off them.
A lot of it was determination on my part to climb this mountain, and we got shoved off the mountain.
Which sent them right back on food stamps.
How much money do you get on that card?
We get $400 a month.
Does that cover it?
It has to, right?
Congress is negotiating a stimulus bill that could drastically shape the next few months for families like the Kearneys. But significant long-term relief may not arrive until President-elect Biden is inaugurated in late January.
For a lot of families, waiting until after the inauguration is just going to be too late.
Christmas will look different for many American families, including the Kearneys.
What do you think of our lights this year, huh?
This year, she's prioritizing paying the electric bill just to keep the lights and Christmas spirit alive.
The bills won't be paid for December because Santa's coming to town. Santa will be here.
Still ahead tonight, deputies in one city try an interesting tactic to try and prevent porch piracy this holiday season.
And some of these companies, they simply just send another package, and so the police is never notified.
What they're doing to make package thieves think twice before taking anything from someone's front door.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Tonight's Big Fox forecast is brought to you by William Mattar. Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Kim Walker with your weather update. A big change in our temperatures today as we soared to about 10 to 15 degrees above what we saw yesterday. So 11 degrees warmer right now in Elmira, Corning about 12, about 8 in Watkins Glen, and also in Bath. Unfortunately, our warm weather will be coming to an end as a storm system approaches. By tomorrow, this low pressure system will be moving into the Midwest, into Indiana, and then it will start to drift to the Northeast. Initially, it will bring warm air and also some rain, but as it moves toward the Great Lakes and then into Canada, it is going to pull drier and cooler air in. And so as a result, we are expecting a possibility of a few flurries as we head into the end of the weekend. So if you are trying to work out those extra pounds, it looks like the best time to do it tomorrow will be mainly early in the day, or at least for the first half of the day, because by the afternoon there could be a few isolated showers. So we're going to start off with readings though in the 30s. If you're running for a marathon or training for it, it looks like great weather for that. However, by the afternoon, temperatures will be close to around 50 degrees, and then we drop back down or really hold steady in the 40s as clouds start to increase and the rain comes, and those temperatures really won't drop down all that much. So here's a look at your future radar. We are expecting to start off with a little bit of cloud cover early tomorrow morning, and then a few isolated showers could be possible through about lunchtime. Around 1 o'clock in the morning, look at the shower activity from Corning all the way to Bath, and then that will increase by the evening hours. So around 6 o'clock, it looks like the rain becomes a little bit more widespread, and then we have another possibility of a few isolated showers moving in as we head into Sunday morning. But as colder air starts to filter in, notice the blue that's showing up. I think some of that moisture will be turning into some flurries, and so just get ready for the cold air. It is definitely going to be cold tonight, barely above freezing in Elmira at 33 degrees, 34 for Corning, and also in Perkinsville, 37 degrees in Hornell, and we are expecting lots of clouds tomorrow. Temperatures, though, really won't be all that bad for your Saturday. 50 degrees in Corning, 50 also in Bath, about 49 degrees in Elmira, and 51 degrees in Watkins Glen. But again, we do anticipate some rain late in the day, and then some of those showers will continue into your Sunday. By Monday, it gets colder with a high only around 40 degrees. And take a look at this. below freezing throughout the day on Tuesday, starting off in the 20s, and we only warm up to around 31 degrees right at freezing with more chances of snow for the middle of the week.
It's been a lengthy and harrowing journey for Mike and Trish Dial. Like many families, COVID-19 came to theirs. Now, at least the worst part of that journey appears to be over. Chris Yu reports.
For Mike Dial, just getting up is a challenge. And every step, a chore.
Short on breath.
But with the support of his physical therapist
Oh, yeah.
and the support of his wife Trish,
how far God has got him.
Mike is making miraculous progress.
She probably thought I'd never walk again.
After spending 3 months in the hospital battling COVID.
I took his story to Facebook and I put out a prayer request. And instantly there were over 2,700 prayers going up for him.
Mike was diagnosed with COVID-19 on August 18th in Obion County. He was then put on a ventilator before being transferred to a hospital in Memphis. There, he remained on the ventilator for 95 days while also in a medically induced coma.
They told me that he had a 55% chance of survival.
In addition, he suffered a brain bleed.
I saw a lifeless body. And I knew it was my husband. And I just had to have faith that he would come back.
Despite Mike being unconscious, Trish wrote letters to him every day.
I pray that you see Jesus while you're there. I know you have 100 angels surrounding your bed.
Letting him know even though she couldn't visit, she was always beside him.
She gave me the best support. I'm glad she was there and everything. And when I came to, like I say, she'd been talking to me for a while. And I'm telling you, I got to thinking back because I'm lucky to be here.
Mike was finally discharged on November 20th. He's now regaining his strength at West Kentucky Healthcare's Rehabilitation Hospital. And on Saturday, he'll finally be going home.
See my grandkids and family. And I'll probably take a long bath or a shower.
Deputies in Houston, Texas are leaving fake packages on doorsteps to bait porch pirates. They're targeting areas that have been hit by thieves. Jeff Elling reports.
They look just like a normal package, but that stops once you take a look inside. The Harris County Sheriff's Office says the packages they sent out have tracking devices in them.
Package 1's in place.
That allows deputies to monitor every move the box makes. A team of deputies then swoops in on the people carrying the box and make the arrest. Officials say the whole point of doing these operations is to let the public know, and so maybe the porch pirates will think twice before taking anything left at a person's front door. And they urge you to report package thefts so deputies know where to set up next.
It's easy to call, whether it's Amazon or FedEx, and say my package was stolen or I never received it. And some of these companies, they simply just send another package, and so the police is never notified.
Aquaman's biggest fan took over the airwaves in Boston. An 8-year-old cancer fighter celebrated his birthday by becoming a radio DJ for an hour. Kate Merrill has the story.
A new radio station was born in Boston. Danny 104.1, Danny's best variety.
All the music you are hearing is being programmed by Danny this morning.
And Carson, the people love it.
Oh my gosh, my favorite one! Aquaman!
Danny Sheehan is the Marshfield boy who caught the attention of everyone, including actor Jason Momoa, after this clip of him celebrating his favorite character, Aquaman, went viral on the WBZ Instagram page. The actor even FaceTimed Danny.
Hi, Aquaman!
Hi, beautiful boy.
So on Danny's 8th birthday on Thursday, Mix 104.1 and the Carson and Kennedy Show handed over the reins to him for 1 full hour. All of his favorite songs, news headlines, and topics.
We love all the songs that you picked today, too.
Thanks.
Are you excited to have world domination on the radio today?
Yep, I am, because I'm a real big rock star.
You are a real big rock star. And just like a big star, the station was rebranded all for Danny. Even the website, it was 1 full hour of everything Danny.
You want to hear one of my jokes?
We would love to hear one of your jokes, Danny.
Why did the poodle turn the air on?
I don't know.
Because he doesn't want to be a hot dog.
A big day for this big star with an even bigger personality and a kid with a very big future.
Thank you for listening to Danny 104.1.
Harrison Ford will be cracking his whip for a 5th Indiana Jones movie. Disney made the announcement today that the 78-year-old actor will be coming back for his iconic role. Slated for release in July of 2022, the new Indiana Jones movie will arrive 41 years after its first installment, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Ford, of course also revered for his Han Solo character in Star Wars, pointed out to Parade magazine earlier this year that he is not an overnight success. In fact, he says he spent 15 years as a struggling actor before he achieved any real noticeable accomplishment. Baby Yoda might have used the Force to lure in Disney Plus subscribers. The service now has more than 86 million accounts, and it's only been around for about a year. The company announced that achievement during its virtual Investor Day on Thursday. Disney Plus costs about $7 a month and brings together brands like Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars. A little girl in a tricky spot got some help from some boys in blue, and she also got an early holiday gift. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Help! I'm stuck in a stroller! That's the title of this story that unfolded in New Jersey when a little girl found herself in a sticky situation. Little Nina Salette loves playing with her baby doll toy stroller, but her mother was forced to call for backup when Nina got tangled up in the stroller.
I tried for like about 20 minutes. It didn't work, so I thought, why not call our police department? They're always here to help.
A pair of Paramus police officers arrived and kept Nina calm while they surveyed the problem. After they were able to gently break her free, Nina was adorably grateful.
You're very welcome. Their first words were incredible. It was, thank you so much. You know, not only is she grateful, she's polite.
The officers felt bad about breaking Nina's toy, so they returned later on with a brand new one.
That's a true hero. I'm thankful.
The look on her face when you give her, a replacement toy, it was like, you know what? 2020 wasn't so bad for me at the end.
It is the season of giving, especially for those in need, and this holiday season, the Salvation Army will be fearless. Wall Street's bronze Fearless Girl statue got a holiday makeover to send an important message. The Salvation Army says this year's collections are especially critical in light of the pandemic. The organization was forced to deploy less donation kettles, so they're encouraging people to give more. If you want to visit this famous fearless icon to make your donation, you can't miss her. She's the one dressed as a bell ringer staring down the New York Stock Exchange. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
We want to leave you with a smile tonight. A very special retirement ceremony was held in Colombia, where 15 police dogs said goodbye to the force. The country's Attorney General awarded the dogs for their years of service. These animals are experts in searching for explosives and narcotics. The Attorney General said these dogs have been partners in the fight against crime in Colombia. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Have a safe weekend.